science, and currently I work as a crypto research analyst at a firm or startup. So I will just go straight to how I started in Web3 as a whole, and then delve into how I got into Web3 data analytics. While I was in school, just a little bit backstory. So while I was in school, I remember as of COVID, yes, that was COVID. I had like a need, and that was when we had this Ponzi scheme. Yes, very, very rampant. So I reached out to Apostle then, and I was like, oh, I need something. I need something I can be able to invest in and not waste my money on Ponzi schemes. And he was like, okay, no problem. I would guide you on, sports trading, just buy this coin, I'll just guide you on it. And fortunately for me, I, delved into crypto that way. And, I got to know about airdrops, I read about Web3, read about crypto as a whole. That's how I came into crypto. And then for data analytics, after school, everybody's looking for, oh, what skill can I learn? Even while in school, they're looking for what can make you stand out, when you come out to the job market. And I was like, okay, since I studied natural science, let me delve into data analytics. Started taking courses on Udemy, on Coursera, but then it just seemed like I was not, making any headway. It seemed like they were just, information overload. Go on YouTube, I'll see a lot of videos, but it was not aligning with what I wanted to do. So that was when Apostle still reached out to me. I was like, okay, I want to start analytics stages. I was like, oh, nice. Okay, this is like, what I'm exactly looking for. And then we joined cohort one. And when cohort one started, to be honest with you, I was not very, serious with it because I had a 9 to 5 and I was doing that as well. But then when I looked at it, I said, okay, I need to give this my all. And when I started giving it my all, seeing other people, there's other students that joined, and they were already making money. Even while in the class, while we were learning, I was like, oh, I need to step up. And I just put it in my mind that okay, I'm doing a 9 to 5. Okay, I can still have time to, do other things I want to do. Can have time to make research on dashboards, build dashboards, put my work out there. So let me just say that's just like a, background of how I came into Web3 crypto and then Web3 data analytics. So I'll just be delving. I will have like 4 key points. Yeah. So I would be going into the real jobs that you can get when you learn Web3 data analytics. It's not just building dashboards, it's not just working with Flipside, working with Dune. There are a lot of opportunities. You can actually work as a data analyst in Web3, that is, you work with on-chain metrics. You can work as an on-chain researcher, just like I do. You track wallet behavior, you track token flows, look for alphas, you just make research generally, on-chain research. There is also the analysts, they monitor treasury movements, governance, participation, and overall health of the DAO. There are a lot of, I think there is one career path, or I said so recently, it's like this on-chain detective kind of. So these are real jobs that people have that have learned Web3 data analytics or on-chain data analytics or blockchain research, any of it, and they are getting paid to do what they do, what they love to do. Then there are different income pathways you can see when you learn Web3 data analysis. You can either be earning as a salary earner. You can either be earning freelance. So as a salary earner, you could be working at Web3 companies. Most of us here should know June. Most times they put out applications for people to join in and come to work at Dune. Even Flipside, Messari is there, Nansen is there, DeFi Llama is there, Binance is even there. So you could either earn direct salaries as you on a month-to-month payment, and you could either learn freelance. You could earn freelance as well. We have bounties these are opportunities for freelancers to earn. There are also grants. These are for like deep research. You could collab with somebody, you could collab with your friend in the space and say, oh, let's work on this grant or let's work on this bounty. It could be deep research. Some of them they are hosted by Super Team or maybe Akam. Yeah. Then newsletter collabs. We have some companies or some Web3 firms that publish newsletters, and most times they reach out to Web3 data analysts to, come publish on their site, and most of them pay for those collaborations. Then there's also ambassadorship, just like we see generally in Web3, where projects look for ambassadors and they earn. You could also earn like that. You could see maybe new data platforms coming up and they say, oh, they need ambassadors to help push their platform out there or help, put their platform in the spotlight. I will just give an example of one of our analysts at Analytics Stage. I think this was a month, no, not a month ago, I think 2 weeks back. I saw her win on Super Team. She got $5,000 from a grant, from a grant on Super Team. That is somebody earning as a freelancer. So imagine if you're doing $1,000 per grant you win or something. That's a lot of money. Then I will just go through how most of us started, because I know for many of you that are on the call that have no idea about Web3, or you have no idea about data analytics at all, most of us started like that as well. But what helped us was asking questions, solving real solving real problems, and not just following the crowd. That is, you could start with asking, okay, I want to see how many users swapped on Ethereum this week, how many users have swapped on Ethereum last week. Just start with something simple. And that leads me to the next thing. Consistency beats complex dashboards. So meaning, when you are consistently building smaller or less complex dashboards, simple dashboards, and over time you are improving yourself, it helps a lot. Then you can also publish what you learn on Twitter. So most times learning in public really helps you. When I say learning in public, it means you give yourself a target that, okay, every single day I want to share what I learn on Twitter, or I want to share what I learn on my Substack, or I want to share it on Medium, whatever platform you feel comfortable with. And you would see yourself, living up to expectation or being consistent, just because you feel like, oh, I owe some people out there learning from me. And actually, yes, there are some people that would actually be learning from you when you publish things like that. Then finally, I would just say, when you are learning, or when you're learning, also put your things out there. That's when you learn, put it out there. Don't be shy to say, oh, I'm still in the learning phase. No, publish your work on Twitter. People are watching you. Publish your work on June, publish your work on Flipside. I think one of the things that pushed me while I was learning as well was when we're still learning in Course One, or after Course One, I published a dashboard and I got like a shout out on Flipside Discord. Like, it just gave me that push that, oh, okay, that means I really know what I'm doing and I have to keep going. So things like that would help you. Try bounces. If you fail, you try again. So it's not like, oh, this thing is so hard, I can't do this, or it feels like I've not gotten to this stage. Just try. Once you try, you could see that you would even win the bounty, or you would be learning as well as you're solving bounties like that. um Finally, I would just like to say that as many of you that are on the call, I know some people are like, oh, what am I exactly going to use this to do? I've just highlighted some of the people, or some of the career paths that are earning real money in Web3, doing what they love doing or what they know how to do best. So one of the things is just start. Like, just start doing, like, just join the class and start. It might seem hard. Yeah, nothing comes easy, but just ask questions. Nobody's going to beat you when you ask questions. Ask questions. Make sure that you ask questions a lot. I always say it's better to ask questions than keep quiet and make a mistake, or keep quiet and you don't know what you're doing. So people might say, oh, this person is asking a lot of questions. It's better for you to ask questions. So ask smart questions, and yeah, share your learnings. Like I said, try to be visible. So one thing I've noticed is that the Web3 data analytics space is still not saturated as much as you see let's say community managers or marketers and all of that in Web3. Is still not so saturated, so you have time, or you have the chance to still build your name in this space. And then I will boil down to Analytics Sage has helped a lot of us. Me personally, Analytics Sage has helped me. The job I got today, or the job I'm currently doing as a research analyst, I got it in Analytics Sage, where it was shared in inside group chat for those that are active. So as you are joining in, don't just join in to say, oh, I want to pay this token, and I will go back to the recording when I'm done. One very true thing is that when you are in a class, or when you're following a class, follow the class through. The day you try to procrastinate, that's the day you stop learning in that class. Meaning, when you say, oh, today I don't think I'll join the class, let me leave it, I'll come back to the recording. Truth be told, you might never go back to that recording. So the best thing is, as the class is going on, follow through the class. That is, just be following through, be taking your notes. Let it be that you're going back to the video to just revise on what you learned already, and you just want to go back to reference some things. But the main thing is follow through, be active. Like we said, analytics it doesn't just teach you and then let you be on your own. No, we try as much as possible to follow through. We try as much as possible to make sure that, oh, are you learning? Are you making progress? Did you just learn and just drop the knowledge you got by the wayside or something? No, we would always follow through. Boss two would always follow through. He would always message you and say, how are you doing? So know that you are coming into a community, and you're not just coming to, pay your money to just learn, and then somebody just leaves you by the way. No. So your hand will be held all through the way. And lastly, like I said, make sure that you are determined to do this. So go back and check. You can make your research as well. So when you are learning, you can have your own part. Everybody does not everyone builds dashboards. Yeah, we all build dashboards, we all make the research on chain and all of that, but not everybody consistently build dashboard, because we all find our own career paths. So you can as well make use of the um, information we have right now. Go online, make your own research, know the paths or the career paths that we have when you are a Web3 data analyst, or when you have that skill. Try to check and go for what aligns with your own passion. Go for what aligns with you personally. Um, so I think I would call it a close here. Just finally, just make sure that in what you're doing, that is, as you're making the decision to join Analytics Sage, just be prepared. It's not going to be easy. You will be drilled. That's the word. So it's not going to be easy. You don't just say, oh, after the class, everybody go back and revise. No, there are assignments, there are follow-ups. So just be ready for that. Apostle, yeah, that's all for me. I don't know if there's any question from anybody.
Yeah, thank you very much, Divine. Yeah, thank you so much for your time. And I know you have your office meeting now, so yeah, maybe you you guys can just drop your question in the chat box if you have any question. But I wouldn't want to just interrupt the flow. And I believe that you are also jotting down, because it's a different thing. It looks like, oh, Apostle is the one talking. Maybe he's trying to sell us a course, right? In analytics stage, we are not selling a course, right? We are selling, we are selling, a career, a promising career. We are selling, we are selling, quality dream, right? So you have to, on your own end, fulfill your end of the bargain by showing up, by being consistent, by being tenacious. Like you said, I always love to reach out. Like just this week alone, I just reached out to one or two persons. Oh, I've not seen you post dashboard. What's the issue? Sometimes I schedule a call. It's not like maybe I am free, like I don't have anything I'm doing. However, I love to follow up with serious people, okay, who have shown that, that green light of energy in the beginning. So sometimes you might want to relax because you just feel, oh, you are doing dashboard, maybe nobody's looking at you, you are putting in for job, you've not gotten the job yet, or you are putting in for bounties and you have not gotten the bounties yet. And now that is why I do follow up. And because we have a community, you always see people post and all. If you have any question, you are always free to ask within the community. All right, thank you so much, Divine. Without any further um, conversation, let me bring up Chinyere Blessing. So Chinyere Blessing is one of our participants, and she's resident in Russia. Divine is resident in Nigeria. Chinyere Blessing is resident in Russia, and she participated during the cohort. This just concluded cohort. So you guys who have registered for cohort 5, or those who might register for cohort 5, so she finished from cohort 4. So it's just the just concluded program, and she will share with you her own experience, how she started and where she is currently. So I will just give the floor to Chinyere Blessing. Over to you, Chinyere Blessing.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Apostle of Finance. Please, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay. Thank you very much, Apostle of Finance, for giving me the opportunity to share my story. Good evening, everyone. It is nice to have you here tonight. My name is Chinyere Ofora, and just like the Apostle of Finance said, I was a participant of the cohort 4 that just ended. When I saw the updates for cohort 4, what intrigued me was that it was an opportunity for me to meet my two career goals, which is finance and tech. Unfortunately, I could not go into them because of the course I studied in school. As an undergraduate, I studied philosophy, so I was not able to get into it. I thought then that it was impossible for me to get into finance and tech. So seeing the on-chain data analysis, it was like an answered prayer, an opportunity for me to delve into economics and tech at the same time. So when I joined, actually, I think one of the things that helped me is having someone that I am accountable to, accountability. So when I joined, the truth was that I was combining both work, my studies, because currently I'm doing my master's, and also I was also doing the program. So it was a whole lot on my table. But I know Apostle of Finance, he doesn't take excuse for anything. So knowing that I have someone like this, that excuses are not allowed, I had to do so much to meet up my target. So how did I begin? First, I registered for the program, which started in February and lasted for 1 month. So during this program, we were given a whole lot of assignments. At the end of each class, you will have your assignments. And then at the end of the program, you will have your capstone project. So, and you have to submit your assignment before the next class. It is not compulsory. Nobody is going to force you to do it, but it is something you have to do. So, but I was just following through because when we started the program, Apostle of Finance told us something. He said, all it takes is for us to follow his instruction, because he shared a lot of testimonies with us. and those testimonies were from other students, and they were very inspiring. And I was also not uh, I did not have prior knowledge about SQL. I did not know anything. So I just came because the program said it would be a program that would start from the scratch. So he said, it doesn't matter that you don't know anything, and it doesn't matter that your classmates know SQL before now, that all it takes is for you to just follow his instructions. So that was what I did, to just follow his instructions. So when he gives us homework, I try to see to it that I do those homeworks before the next assignment, because this is me. It depends on your learning, your kind of learning system. But me, I like to make sure that all my doubts in the previous classes were cleared before the new class, so that there would not be a kind of interruption in the new class. So I try to follow as he instructed us. So while at that, he gave us a lot of people who were like our mentors in the program. So when you have questions, you can ask them and all of that. So at the end of our program, we did our capstone project, which we did. I submitted first, and then Apostle of Finance said, go on Twitter, take those posts down. So I went on Twitter. I did not know why he said that, because he was yet to review my project before he told me to do that. So when I took the post down on Twitter and on LinkedIn, so he now started following each and every one of us. We started posting our assignments again in the group, and he started telling us where, because what I love about his teaching method is that he tells you where the problem is, and then he doesn't tell you how to correct it. What I mean, like, he doesn't solve the problem for you. He will give you guidelines on how to do it, because it's a kind of hands-on project. So he will tell you what to do, and then you go and do it with specific how it relates to the work you are doing. Not like he will give you the bread and give you tea, you just know. He will just tell you, this is what you should do, this is how you should do it, and then you go and find how to bring in those solutions he has given you. So while we were doing that, after that, we ended the program, and then the best of, not really the best, the most committed and students in the group, he gave us opportunity to be in his mentorship program. So, but during that mentorship program, we had a community call. And then in that community call, people were sharing their testimonies and all of that. So Apostle told us that we should dare to apply for projects, apply for bounties and all of that. So prior to then, I was really skeptical at making attempts and all of that, because I felt like I'm still a newbie. Yes, I tried to do what I'm supposed to do. At least I did my homework, and actually I improved in my knowledge of on-chain data analysis for someone who did not have prior knowledge on SQL and or whatnot, on data analysis and all of that. So after the community call, I said, okay. And then there has been this update I have been seeing in a group chat about finance analysts. So, but I was very skeptical about applying. So after the community call, Apostle said we should try and do whatever. We should dare to apply for opportunities, apply for bounties. So again, the updates came up again. I said, okay, let me give it a shot. Like Apostle said, the worst that can happen, it is no. So I applied for the project. It is an internship for a finance analyst. So I applied for the internship. So we were given a couple of tasks to do online. I did it, and then there was a schedule for interview. So during the interview, they asked me for works I've done before, like my portfolio and all of that. And for a beginner, I was just 1 month old in the system. So I did not have anything to present because I've not worked for anybody and all of that. And then I said, okay, I presented my capstone project to them. I showed them what I did in my capstone project, and then also showed them some of the assignments that Apostle has been giving to us. We were being given at the training period. So when they looked at it, and they were really impressed how far I've come as a beginner, because they asked me, how long have you been in this? I told them and all of that. So why I share this story, I know it's a whole lot of storytelling. Yes, because it is a personal story, and I'm sure you might have picked one or two from it. First of all is to just follow the instruction as you have been given. There is no magic about it. Irrespective of what you think you have known or what qualification you have now, it is very important that first you follow instruction, do things at the time you were taught to do it and how you were taught to do it. Again, is not to miss any of the community's activities, because I tried as much as I can, most times even while at work and the trainings are going on, I just have to connect with my headset. Only that I cannot contribute in the class, but I try to connect. It doesn't matter that I cannot practice with them immediately, but at least just being around and hearing those words as they are going on. Then after the class, I go back to look at the videos and then try to practice it myself. So always be available. It doesn't matter how busy you are. You can create time for things you think are valuable to you. And then just like Apostle of Finance advised, which I took seriously, is to them. The truth is that during our mentorship program, Apostle of Finance told us to always post in 4 different social media platforms: Substack, Medium, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And I took it personal. And to be very honest, I have met some people who are more knowledgeable in the field in Substack, and these people have been really helpful to me. I also remember sharing one of my works, and someone reached out to me through my post, and he is very good in SQL, and he has really been helpful in this field. So it doesn't matter. Most of the times I'm skeptical about posting my works online, because I don't know the big guys trying to analyze my work and all of those things. But Apostle already told us that those things does not matter. The truth is that the more they criticize your work, the more knowledgeable you become in the field. And I think that criticism is something you also have to welcome. And then also, just like Miss Divine already said, you have to be open to learning, ask questions, and all of that. The truth is that there is no magic about it. I can testify the growth I've experienced. My network has increased this period, and really, I did not imagine that by this time I should have been at this level. And I really want to thank Analytics Sages and also Apostle of Finance. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I mean, you've shared a lot. Even myself, I feel like registering for the program I want to train people on, but that was that was a very great experience. All right. Without breaking the flow, I would like to bring up Tobechi. Tobechi also joined Analytics Sage in our cohort 1. Well, they were one of the pioneers of Analytics Sage. And, so far, Tobechi took off like a tornado. I have always said it whenever I had the chance to say it. It's because it's not. Everybody just comes take the program. However, it's also more about the individual. So Tobechi was one of those who took off like a tornado, and the level he is right now, it's one that everyone should desire. All right. And I would give him the floor. I want him to share his experience as it is, not I, I succeed, and then God's grace kind of testimony. No, you give us, the process, the breakdown. All right. Thank you. And now I want to welcome Tobichi. Over to you,
Yeah.
Tobichi.
GM guys, GM. I hope I'm audible. Yeah. Okay. How did I start? I started off sometime February, March. I think I saw the flyer on Twitter. So I just because at that particular point in my life, I was coming off from not liking my job as a community moderator or stroke collab manager for NFC project. I didn't like the job. I felt it wasn't that technical. So I wanted to learn to come basically to learn data analytics, right? But I started off learning SQL like 6 months before I even joined the program. That's Sage's program. So I've been learning. So at the time, I learned SQL from, let's say, June 2023, yeah, to, let's say, January 2024. So I learned SQL, Excel, pretty much Power BI. I learned pretty much the data, the data stack in that sense. But before joining Sages, I thought I didn't think it would be this technical, the blockchain aspects. I was thinking I could just carry my knowledge of SQL and just boom, DM1 project, bro, give me job, give me job, give me job. So that was how fun it is. So when I joined the program, and I knew how technical it was, so I knew that SQL was not even personally. I just feel SQL was not really the difficult part. It was the blockchain aspect, the contract interaction, functions and events. So that was caught me off guard. So I joined the program, I think February, March of 2024. So let's just say 14 months ago or 15 months ago, I joined Sages. So it was a good experience, honestly. I think we spent 6 weeks on rigorous exercises. So we spent about 6 weeks. Then I took it seriously because at that point in time, I told myself that I'm no more doing community moderator. So I have to fully focus on blockchain data analytics. So I took the class seriously. Then I think after the 6 weeks ran out, we had this what's it called? This basically like a test, basically a test for us to it's like a capstone project. I heard that's the word, capstone project. I I think that was the first time I posted a dashboard on Twitter. And I think it was on Uniswap V3. So Mr. Tumiche gave us an assignment for the capstone to analyze Uniswap V3. So that was my first dashboard I created. So I think from there I got a lot of engagement from the Flipside community, some top guys in Flipside. They felt connected to me, they followed me, I followed back, that kind of stuff. So from then, I think what basically caught my fancy was the Flipside earning program, right? So although I didn't earn from that dashboard, my first dashboard, but my subsequent dashboard, I started to earn from Flipside. So personally, I wasn't really focused on that particular earning aspect. So that's why, if you notice, I don't post dashboards all the time because I'm not really into the Flipside earning platform, that kind of stuff. So I kept on posting. I always try to improve, on my dashboard. Like if I'm posting something now, I always try to show that okay, what I'm doing next will sort of be better than the previous project I post. That's just what I just try to achieve. So I kept on posting. Then I remember, so basically I wrapped up some earnings obviously from the Flipside earning program. Although I had stopped it now, but at the time, yeah, I made some bucks. So at the point, I decided that okay, it's time for me to now start shooting my shots based on applying for jobs. So I think what did I do? Okay, I think there was this project I worked. Okay. Yeah, there was this main project I did. Was it a main project or a gaming project on Arbitrum? So what I did then was I love the project. I love what they were building. So I decided to create dashboard, on the project. So I created dashboards, then did my normal Twitter threads and posted. Then the tweets had a lot of engagement. So basically, I'm trying to tell you how I got my first payment from on-chain data. So this is got a lot of engagement. Then I remember I joined their Discord community. I DM'd the owner, the dev, the founder of the project. I'll be like, yo, so what I did. Then the dev sort of like, how do I put it now? The dev sort of like enjoined his members, the community, to engage on my posts. So after doing that, we agreed on some payment structure. Then he paid me. Then he paid me for that particular project. Then I think we spoke again a few times. Then he now told me to replicate what I did on June. So that's basically we have Future and we have June. So I did that and I got paid again for that particular project. So that was like, so that will open my mind to okay, my first payment in the space. So that kind of stuff. So after a while, I decided that Future was not for me. So I noticed that if I don't know, at that point in my life, I just felt that if I wanted to chill with the big boys in that sense, I have to migrate to June. So I migrated to June Analytics. Then I was trying out the platform. It wasn't easy as well because June is sort of complicated for newbies. Flipside is more user friendly, but June is sort of complicated. Yeah, I won't lie, it's complicated. So I started with creating. I think I started with a bounty, Wapcast. Because if you're on Wapcast is like a social media platform. There's a particular board that posts, bounties at that point. So a guy created the bounty. Although I didn't win, but it was like an experience for me. So I didn't win the bounty. So he wanted me to. So he told us to like create a dashboard on Base, I think, on Base stable coins, if I remember correctly. So I made the dashboard. Although I didn't win, but he told me I did a good job. So that was how I said to just build on that. You get. So how did I get my first payment on June? Okay, yeah. I think June has a Discord server, right? So there's a channel called Looking for Wizard on the channel. So sometimes some individuals or projects will be like, okay, I want a wizard, that kind of stuff. So that particular time, sometime last year, a guy came up and said he's building Fuel. Fuel is an EVM blockchain. So at that point in time, they've not moved to mainnet. I think they were still on testnet. Yeah. So he inquired, okay, who can build this data for me? So I DM'd the guy. I think I was sort of scared at first because I was like, okay, I haven't done any major projects before, but I just felt let me just give it a try. If he doesn't accept, what do I have to lose? So I DM'd the guy, told that okay, I would love to help you guys and create your dashboard. So he agreed. Funny enough, he agreed. So I got to work now. It took me about 3 days to create the dashboard. So I remember he added me to a Telegram group with the other community, with the other team members. So I think in 2 or 3 days time, I got the dashboard ready. Then he saw it, he loved it, and he paid me. I think he paid me $100. So yeah, I think that was my first payment on June for making that dashboard. $100. So at that point in time, and I took that particular channel seriously. So anytime anybody posts, hey, I need a wizard, I'll DM the guy, DM the person ASAP. Not all the time that it works, because it's like a time sensitive task. So obviously, it's not only me that is looking to find jobs. So if you're lucky and you're among the first people, you will get the job. So that's what I've been doing, like basically throughout late last year. Yeah, late last year. So I also earned some money through that. I did all kinds of projects. I think the ones that paid me the most were traders, because traders, people that want to, people that want to have leverage on meme trading or digital trading, they tend to want to use during data to sort of stay ahead of the curve and maximize profits. So I think I made at least more money from those guys, from those traders, those digital traders, more than regular projects. So I took it seriously. Then yeah, what else? I think my first, okay, let me go to bounties. Yeah, I think I did a okay. Yeah, I think okay. First, let me go to my first job in this place, like my first let me say a proper job. Also last year there was this guy. He came to that doing channel, but like, okay, he wants a gym wizard, and I DM the guy. This time around, the guy wanted to meet me physically. He's in Nigeria, so I met him physically. Then we spoke for a while. Then he gave me the job, basically. So it was on a social media, social file. The project was a social file project. Yeah. So I met him up. We exchanged pleasantries, and after a while, we spoke on the projects, on the deliverables, that kind of stuff. So after I delivered, he paid me. So, but my first proper project came this year. Yeah, early this year. It was for Youth5. Youth5 is like a Youth5 is a how do I put it now? It's a yield bearing protocol in that sense, a staking protocol. So this time around, I didn't even DM anybody, right? He DM'd me himself on Telegram. It was like he saw my dashboard. So I think this all stands for me building publicly, because if you don't build publicly, nobody will notice you. So if I'm to guess, I guess the guy saw me on Twitter, saw what I did on Twitter, he DM'd me himself, that kind of stuff. So he DM'd me on Telegram, be like, okay, like, you know what I do, that he wants me to become a part-time data consultant for Youth5. So we spoke, obviously. Then we had a meeting. We had like series of meetings, series of meetings. Then we agreed on the payment structure, that kind of stuff. So I think currently I'm working with them now as part-time, not full-time though, part-time. So basically he comes to me and say, okay, he wants some updates on the dashboard. So I'll just come and update the dashboard for them, then I get paid, that kind of stuff. So that was also another earning platform for me. I haven't gotten a full-time role yet. I think I'm looking at that maybe towards the end of the year. I'll try to focus more on full-time roles, but for now, I'm just part-time freelance, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I think you can earn basically two jobs. Yeah, I want to mean like you can earn two jobs. I think the goal of an analyst is to earn two jobs, but obviously it's not all time. It's not all the time that jobs are ready available. You have to post. You have to build publicly. Post on Twitter. That's what you said. Post on LinkedIn. I think I'll start posting on LinkedIn now, self. So, but basically, post on Twitter. Post on Medium, Substack. Yeah, Substack is also there. Medium and Substack. I think that the two main writing platforms. Basically, post regularly, because Flipside doesn't have that earning platform again, that earning programming. It doesn't mean you should stop posting because you don't want to earn. I think at the point you need to move beyond building dashboard just to earn from Flipside. So I think Flipside now has stopped it now. So you have to build dashboard. You have to calm down, look at the particular ecosystem, a particular project that you like, you try to build with them, build with the community. I don't really fancy jumping from one place to another. NFTs, DEXs, aggregators, staking. If you like it, all well and good, but personally, I don't fancy it. You can look at a particular blockchain. If you like what they are building, you focus your content, your tweets to them, to that aspect. Know how. They must notice you. I want to mean like they will notice you. Then even beyond that, you are building quality connections. Even beyond that, so I think the goal of an analyst is to earn through jobs. But for you to earn through jobs, before someone trusts you, you have to post, build public. You have to post your work. You might be afraid, thinking that, okay, what if I post, then it's nonsense, or what if I post, then the data is not correct. Just post like that. Serious. I want to be like people are there to correct you. Even sometimes I'll be thinking that this is not posting, is it correct? But I would just keep posting, just keep posting. People are always there to correct you if you are, and you can use an NFT. Nobody really cares in this space because the space is so noisy that within 2 hours we are moving to a new meta. So nobody will really notice you if you don't how do I put it, if you post and maybe there's some mistakes. But obviously we are here to help as a community. If you feel you have any issue, you can tag us in the chat. Tag me, because I don't know, these days I'm always busy that I have some stuff I'm working with in real life that I'm always busy on WhatsApp, but you can tag us, you can tag me, you can tag Sumiche or other of our ex-schools in the community, or answer you. So yeah, what else again? Bounties, yeah, basically, yeah. Also, bounties is just another avenue to earn. Bounties basically make competitions, hackathons in that sense, where basically to be a prize pool, there could be like top 3 users, top 10 winners, sorry, top 3 winners, top 10 winners. I think at the moment I've made a couple of volley for bounties. Yeah, I think I've done about 3 or 4. Yeah, and I've earned from 2. So I've earned from 2 so far. So I came first in one, and I came third in the last one. So yeah, bounties is also a good experience, and for you to build yourself, you don't necessarily have to do it to earn money since you are just starting off in the space. You are just used to just to build yourself. So that, like, personally, I didn't earn for my first bounty. I want to know, like, I didn't earn for my first bounty, but I earned for my second and third. You get? So how to get the bounty? Okay, someone just okay. How to get the bounties? Okay, Super Team. If you're on Super Team, you can download the app on Play Store. It should be on Play Store. I think Super Team, they are the most consistent in sense of bounties, but they tend to lean towards Solana projects. I noticed that. But if you are open to moving from different blockchains to another, you can try it out. Super Team, and yeah, I think they're on Play Store. I'm not too sure. If they're not, you can go on Twitter and type them out. Super Team, yeah. So they are the most consistent now, right now, in posting bounties. So you can go over there from time to time, or you can go on their Twitter and scroll through their tweets. I think I got the Super Team bounty from Twitter. I can't remember who reposted the tweets. So at first, I didn't want to do it because personally, I'm not a Solana guy. I want to be like, I don't like Solana. I don't seem like Solana at all. I'm an EVM guy. EVM is just Ethereum virtual machine, basically Ethereum based Arbitrum. So I don't really like Solana. So, but the money, the money I saw there made me to just reset my brain. So that was how I joined the bounty, and I came third. Yeah, I came third in the bounty. It was a good experience. I think, yeah. So basically, that was my first Solana project I ever did in this space because, like I said, I'm not really a Solana guy. I'm a blockchain guy. But obviously, apart from Super Team, there is also a platform called Wapcast. But Wapcasts are not as consistent as Super Team these days. I won't even lie. You can see like once in 2 months or once in 3 months, but Super Team are more consistent. And the funny thing is, Super Team himself doesn't even have to basically put it plainly out there that, okay, this is a blockchain data contest. You could see a regular tweet, like basically a regular what's it called now? Tweet contest, basically an article contest. You could also use data to leverage it because most likely, most people that will submit to that bounty will just push regular tweets. Basically, they'll push regular tweets, right, with some pictures. But if you post your own tweets backed with data, the organizers will obviously look at you and be like, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. You get, so you stand more chances of getting picked as the winners. I also noticed that also because in our community, I've seen some guys winning bounties. In the bounties didn't like basically place it that, okay, this is a data bounty. It would just be a normal article bounty, normal tweets, basically just, yeah, possibly, tweets. So basically, you could just use your knowledge of Dune or Flipside, create a dashboard, and basically post your tweets online. Then you stand higher chances because at that point now you're going beyond the regular user, the regular contestant. You're not using data to back your tweets, so you stand a better chance of winning. But yeah, bounties are also good for newbies. But like I said, even though bounties are good, you might not win, but just do it for the experience. Just do it for the experience. It helps because my experience of doing my bounty the last time helps me to just do better in my subsequent bounties. You get me? But yeah, bounties, jobs, for job aspect, like I said, if you don't bid publicly, even though it's good to DM projects, but if you don't bid publicly and they go to your Twitter, if you DM them, they won't take you seriously. You get what I mean? But if you bid publicly, they go through your profile, your link tree, like, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. If you DM them, they will obviously take you to high regard and reply you. But if you don't post online and you DM a guy, your tweet might even be in the spam folder of the DM of the project. But yeah, build publicly, embrace bounties. But like I said, Use bounties to develop yourself. If you're lucky, you win. Have I spoken too much? Okay, I think I'm done, unless anybody has anything to ask me. But yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tobichi. And I mean, you've shared quite interesting insights and experience. And so for some of you who don't know, some of Tobichi is just mentioning bounties. Those bounties are like $3,000, $2,000. Somebody has picked their calculator. So imagine you learn so much and then you are earning $2,000 on a bounty, 3.2 million, 4 million, 5 million for doing bounty. So yeah. I mean, there's really nothing much I have to say. The three speakers have spoken well and they've given you details of everything you need to know, how serious you need to take the program, how active you need to participate. Like I said, the the I think you should connect with all our speakers, right? I don't know if Chinyere, Divine, you can also share your handle. All right. If you have any question, just raise up your hand and then we'll give you the opportunity to ask your question. Any question? Okay. Any question before we call it a day?
Sorry, please, can the speakers drop their handle, please?
Okay.